physically, you're going to be strapped to this bed for some time. But I'm more concerned about your social recovery.
Quotes taken out of context.
I love it.
I was
I can
waiting for
identify
you.
with it.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of Science Fiction Remnant. I am not your space alien. I am your host, Robert.
Don't
I am your
believe him.
space
He's a space-
bouncer. Call me Taylor this episode.
And down here in South Florida, otherwise known as Australia, being cooked in summertime while you guys, have bushfires and snow. I don't know how you manage that at the same time, but well done. It's Mad Scientist Ray.
And who do we have for today's episode, guys?
This is going to be an exciting episode because if you think about it, if you guys are listening out there, it's the first time that we're going to attempt to do something like this. So hopefully we don't fall flat on our faces. But yeah, we have.
It'll be funnier if we do.
We have Terra Alpha. And if you're not listening to that audio drama, not sure what's wrong with you. It's a great audio drama. If you like sci-fi, it's a must. And we have Thorin from Tab Creations. Welcome to our show.
Hey, it's good to be here.
Awesome. So,
Oren, you don't happen to be Orkinshield, right?
Sadly, no.
Okay. That's why they were like, wait a minute. I love Lord of the Rings, man.
So we're going to take turns here. And Antonio, can you give us a little bit about your audio drama?
Yeah, I think I can do that. So the Terra Alpha audio drama, it's a sci-fi audio drama that's set in the universe of Shadows Over Soul, which is made by Tab Creations. Hi, Papa Bear. And it's I would say it's a story of survival, identity, and basically humanity's desperate push to a new home in the Alpha Centauri system, to the planet Siren. Now, when Earth begins to, crumble under the weight of, overpopulation, environmental collapse, the ARC project launches humanity's boldest mission to find a new home among the stars. And that's essentially what it's about.
Awesome. And can we, Theron, can you tell us a little bit about Shadows Over Soul and about I believe you're in Kickstarter, right? Or
we have one coming up soon.
Oh, yes, because I was looking at the website. So, yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, so Shadows of Soul is a sci-fi horror tabletop role-playing game where you and your team venture into the hungry void of outer space. And you might do things like explore derelict spaceships, make deals with shitty corporations, and try to survive, the bioengineered horrors encroaching on your every move. And it's got a number of things going on in the sci-fi universe, including the ARC project, the first attempt ever at exoplanet colonization, which is where Terra Alpha comes in there. But sci-fi wise, it's a bit like The Expanse crossed with Alien, a dash of cyberpunk thrown in.
Wow,
so you sort of feel of it.
That's what I get the vibes when we're talking about corporations getting like in the middle of everything. I get cyberpunk vibes right away, man.
Yeah, I mean this game. If you're a sci-fi fan, you have to get this game. This is, we love D&D and D&D styles, tabletop stuff like that. I used to DM a game, but as a sci-fi fan, you get hunger for this type of games. I mean, you could see on my left here. I have this Star Trek. So there's a lot of things out there. But the cool thing about Tab Creations is that it touches all our favorite things. Like you heard Captain Chaos talk about, the cyberpunk and all this stuff in a unique way. So if you out there are listening to this and you go get this game, come back to our Discord and let us know what was your experience. You're definitely going to see us firsthand do this on the show. First time we're going to do this on the show. So hopefully it's going to be all right. We never attempted to do any tabletop type game on this show before. So this is going to be a first. But yeah, reach out to us on our Discord and let us know what you thought about the game. So thank you so much for being on our show. And hopefully this is going to be really cool. I can't really wait. So there is a question out there, mad scientist. There is a question.
I was wondering if we were going to do that, but I was thinking of changing it up this week. Rather than asking what have you been watching, I thought we should ask, what is your role-playing background, seeing we're doing role-playing this week? What do you reckon? Try that one out. So, Robert, what is your role-playing background?
I mean,
okay, it's mixed. It's really mixed. Obviously, Dungeons and Dragons.
very kinky BDSM. Very weird safe words. He likes difficult safe words, man. That's very harsh.
Where did you put the octopus? Is probably the longest one I've ever heard.
So yeah, I take all different forms, like also in game format. I played a Star Trek Adventures. This is and I'm thinking here, this is going to be the first time that I play this type of game, because the only things that I played before had been major IPs, but nothing that really mixes all the things that I like into one, if that makes any sense. Because, Star Trek, everybody loves Star Trek. I love Star Trek. But, Star Trek has its feel, right? But to be able to, mix different genres before, I don't think I have done that before. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Okay, who's next?
Gio, what's your role-playing background?
My role-playing background, I mean, I've been playing some D&D recently. I don't know, I've said it before on the previous episodes, but I am new to D&D virtually. I didn't really know D&D until what, Robert? Like 2 years ago?
Until the rats.
and then it was all over after that. I've just become a D&D junkie. Actually been playing a Cat Animalian D&D game recently. I just make a little piece for it. Probably gonna make some stuff for this episode too, inspired on this show. But I like chaotic neutral when I play, so be ready for it, guys.
I am amazing that I did not scare you off of D&D, because the very first thing, I mean, Ray, I don't know if he told you about that experience, but I was trying to teach him about D&D. So the game started. It's kind of similar how this one is going to start. He woke up and everything was dark, and there was only rats around him, and they were chewing him up. So
it was a Tuesday.
Yeah,
it was 5 days. 5 days in the dark, not knowing what was going on. Literally, like he tried to just scare me off from D&D. He's such a nice, agreeable person, but when he's a game master, man, he is an a-hole, bro.
I believe it.
You'd be surprised how many nice guys are like that. Once they get control, they can become a complete dom.
I am a god, you dull creature.
Yeah.
Box falls, everyone dies.
No, so yeah.
What about you, Thorin? What's your role-playing background?
Oh, God.
I've been running tabletop role-playing games since I was in the 3rd grade. I started with MERP, Middle-earth role-playing, and then have run a lot of different things.
That is awesome.
Cool. Do you play much, or do you just run them?
No, I'm
prefer
one of
to
those forever
control.
GMs that basically runs everything.
I can relate to that.
Right. So basically, if there's a game running, you're running it because that's what everyone wants you to do.
For the most part, yeah. I'm happy with running games, so that also
I know how that
contributes to
works.
Oh man, now I feel guilty for bringing this to Thorin. Gosh.
And what about you, Antonio?
Let's see here. My parents did not allow me to play Dungeons and Dragons. They were caught up in the craze. It'll make me.
You were summoning the devil and
Yeah,
ruining your soul
exactly.
and
They
stuff
were.
like that.
Yeah,
Hold
they.
on.
Couldn't listen to heavy metal either.
That's crazy. My dad was definitely into heavy metal, but for some reason I wasn't allowed D&D. I don't know.
Well, Stranger Things basically proved them right. So,
holy smokes! I never thought of it that way. Yeah, you're right.
It's
No,
crazy.
but
I mean,
I started playing like D&D, like when I was 16. I think that's the first time I started playing it. Yeah, and then just from there, the bug bit me, and everywhere I went, I had to be involved in the game somehow, some way, until I had the courage to take up the game myself.
There you go. Nice. Yeah. So my role-playing background is long and winding. It's like the roads I travel. I started out in D&D in year 9 at school in a very dubious group. I won't go into this story, but it's a bit dodgy in places. But then we got hooked into Robotech role-playing game. And
I played that.
More, yeah, it's good fun. I ended up running it because I bought it. It was a bit foolish of me. And then did a whole bunch of D&D for a long time, and then met a few people who are into the more storytelling side of games, which I really took a shine to. And then I met a fellow who's been on the pod, Doc Joe Sweeney, who actually wrote his own game called Rapture: The End of Days, which is theistic sci-fi horror. So it's got some parallels with the game we're playing today, but it's very much on the storytelling side. Like D&D we call crunchy because it's got lots of stats and numbers and things, and then the storytelling side is like you roll a dice, it says whether or not you succeed or fail, and then you describe what happens in the scene. So things move a fair bit faster, but it's got a completely different mechanic from normal games where you don't hang on to your character. The characters are there to be disposed of because it's horror. So it's many in, few out. If you know the paradigm.
Yeah.
So hanging on to your character is not required. You can do it, but it's not necessarily going to be your best option. So you die and then you grab another extra from the cast and keep going. But it does make horror more fun, I got to say. I ended up writing for that game and editing several editions of the game, and it is still available. You can buy it online. But that one's good fun. I'll have to run it for you guys eventually. But so there was that. There's all sorts of other games that the Storyweaver, who I'm involved with, have come up with. They're good fun, and card games and things like that as well. But at the moment, I'm running a game called OP, So You're Dead Now What, which is basically based on isekai anime, and is the characters have all been isekai'd to a new world, and they've got to defeat the demon lord, and basically anything goes. If I've seen it in an isekai, they can have it. So.
My goodness! Yeah.
Yes, it's like that. One guy's a harem lord. He's got like 12 wives, one of which is a dragon princess and a princess of the elves, and quite a few princesses kicking around actually. But another guy's like the elven hero, and the third guy is basically been favored by the world, so the world loves him. So whenever he says something, even accidentally, it happens. So he's a very careful role player, though, so he doesn't overuse it. But when he does accidentally use it, it is awesome. So yeah, it's more storytelling than crunchy role playing. So we're not too worried about the stats and stuff like that. It's like coming up with ridiculous situations and amusing ourselves. So It's that sort of role playing. But I'm good with the crunchies as well, so we'll get into that next.
Nice. Okay. Did we miss anybody? I think we got everybody, right?
I put myself last, so it's generally.
Well,
how it goes.
I wanted to ask Tori before we move on. Did you ever secretly ever wanted to be a player, or you always just game master?
Well, I haven't had the chance to play a game. Not for the lack of opportunity.
No. I was asking Thorin since he said
Oh,
that he always
for me?
been game master. Yeah.
Uh,
Ever secretly wanted to be a player?
I have from time to time, but I honestly enjoy GMing a little bit more. So there's a
Okay.
reason I'm the favorite GM.
All right.
Yeah.
Good to know, man. We are in your hands.
Okay, so should we go into the first segment that we have prepared?
Yeah.
We are Science Fiction Remnant.
This is the Funny Science Fiction Podcast.
We are the Caribbean Science Fiction Network.
We are Monorats.
We are One Accord Level 2 Podcast.
This is Jesse from Sudden But Inevitable and Open Pike Night.
This is Sci-Fi.
And if you're new to the show, this is a segment where we highlight the hashtag, this is sci-fi. And what this is, if you're a fan of sci-fi and you have that one thing that you like so much, you can't stop talking about it, and you post all the time, all you got to do is add the hashtag, this is sci-fi at the end of that and follow it. And if you are a creator, that one baby, that one thing that you created, is a labor of love, and you're already posting, you add the hashtag, this is sci-fi to that post. And what do we gain? We gain a community where all sci-fi mix together. So you have someone talking about Star Wars, someone talking about Star Trek, all in the same community. And of course, we have, I have personally seen where I have discovered, along with other people that I've seen, discover new things. Because there's nothing worse than when you finish that marathon. And if you listen to the show long enough, you know that I recently finished a marathon. It was a Star Trek marathon that I wanted to get my wife involved into it so she gets the full experience of it. And you finish it and you're like, now what? So just follow the hashtag, this is sci-fi, and let's all of us help each other in finding a next sci-fi thing that we want to either experience. It doesn't extend to just a TV show or game. It's anything sci-fi. It could be like this one that we're playing, tabletop game. It could be a podcast. It could be a movie. It could be anything. As long as it is sci-fi, you use the hashtag, this is sci-fi. Anything that you guys might like to add before we move on?
No, I think we probably should keep moving.
Awesome. Okay. So,
but the phone number. We should do the phone number.
Oh, yes. If you want to join up, you want to speak up about your favorite sci-fi, we have a hotline for it. It is 1-305-563-6334. You can leave a message, and what we could do is, in future episodes, we could actually talk around it. So give us your passion, that one sci-fi thing that you love so much. Send us a message, and we'll play it in the next episode.
Call now. Operators are standing by.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've always wanted to say that.
You're quite welcome.
I love it.
And I'm gonna try something. Let's see if this works. Okay. Try.
Shout out.
Keep on trying, buddy. One day you might achieve it. For these shout-outs, actually, I wanted to give a special shout-out to JJ Hunsecker from Discord, TrueTankerJamesvercko, and Angelus, my favorite guy to go to for Cyberpunk 2077 old stuff.
He can't play it at the moment. He broke his monitor.
Oh, why? He got pissed off and punched it?
I asked him, but he wouldn't say. So maybe he did.
Probably. Oh, so he's a tilting video gamer. Oh, bro, I'm so sorry, bro.
We invite everybody to come to Discord and ask them. Let's
This is the
hold
moment. This is the moment when that meme with the guy like tilting the table. And also, just wanted to say a special hi, hello to Uncle Creek in YouTube. He's one of my favorite people from the Alita army. Actually, I went and had some fun just trash talking a little bit of Ugo today while they were talking about Sapan and Sarah in the mangas. And that's all for today's shoutouts, man.
Awesome. Okay, so the moment that we are waiting for. We don't have a plot for obvious reasons.
But I can read the. Oh, if it'll let me. Why won't you let me scroll? There we go. Okay. I can read the blurb for the adventure that we're playing.
Okay.
Which might give the listeners some context. The adventure we're playing is called Memories. 4 travelers wake up from stasis mid-transit and something is wrong. What a shock. All are suffering from missing memories due to stasis sickness. The memories slowly return over the course of the session. The scenario makes a good introduction for the setting because it doesn't assume any background knowledge and stands well on its own. However, it is explicitly written for 4 PCs, and the players have to be comfortable with some intra-party conflict. In many ways, it runs more like a New England-style parlor LARP than a traditional tabletop session. In the slider from the sci-fi to horror, this one leans a bit towards the horror side. Nice. Okay, so that's what we're playing, Memories. Would you fellas want to add anything to that?
I'm excited to the beginning, and I'm gonna be just antagonizing all of your asses, buddies.
What a shock!
Yeah,
I never expected that.
I think that here the only one that can exert power over me is the game master, because I'm the bouncer, buddy. I'm the first one to wake up and the one that's gonna attend to your every need. So you better be in your best behavior.
I think, yeah, bring this Matt.
He's gonna give us hell.
Okay.
It's for the greater good.
I am the greatest good that you ever gonna see.
Now that's kind of a little bit small. I can't convince it to get any bigger. But that is the background information that we have.
Yeah, so you can think of this as an amnesia game. At the beginning of the scenario, all your characters are suffering from memory loss due to stasis sickness. You know, it's a common symptom. Don't worry, it'll pass within a few hours. Now you're looking at this Foundry server here. There should be 2 handouts, hopefully, that everyone has now. There's this out of stasis one, which is public information that everyone knows. It just gives you a little bit about like how stasis works, you know, where you're going, stuff like that in the ship. And then I should have popped up a second handout for everyone with your private information for your character.
You did, but I moved it to another screen because I'm sneaky.
Excellent. So I'll go ahead and give you a minute to read through that, and I'll just tell you a little bit about what to expect in the meantime. So basically, there's going to be 3 points in this scenario where I'm going to call a pause to the game, and I'm going to show you each another handout as your memories return. This scenario is somewhat unusual in that as you regain your memories, they may put you at odds with the other characters, as mentioned. This is intentional, and it's one of the primary drivers of tension in this scenario. So at a certain point in play, you should be asking yourself, how much do I trust this person? It may be that your total allies and your shared goals are doomed unless the 2 of you cooperate, or it may be that they don't have your best interests at heart and they're looking for a chance to screw you over messily.
What a shock.
At the same time, without some amount of cooperation, you're all doomed, and that should become very obvious very quickly once we begin playing. So it's it's that same sort of rock in a hard place. Can't trust them, can't survive without them. Pressure cooker. You might find in John Carpenter's The Thing or Alien or a bunch of classic sci-fi horror.
Sure.
In terms of rules and stuff, I'll give you the quick explanation once we start rolling dice or whatever. But in the meantime, go ahead, read your your personal background there. I'm sorry to the one of you whose background is a little bit longer than the others, but I'll give you a minute to read that.
Say, Thorn, I've only got the out of stasis handout in my journal here in the handouts.
Okay, let me try to fix that.
Yes, sir. Take your time.
I
So
guess
did we
Anthony,
want
you
to
have-
read? Do we want
Anthony
to
has
read the
full
out of
on-
stasis?
All right, so this is Casey popping up.
I did read the out of stasis, Ray.
Thank you.
So now I'm reading my backgrounds.
Yeah, well, you read it before we started recording, so that's not really going to help set the scene for the listeners.
Yeah.
So let me read a little bit of the out of stasis while the rest of you read your personal backgrounds. So
Yeah, sounds good.
The characters here are all aboard the UT-389, also known as the Mets. It is a combined passenger and cargo ship originating from its point of origin on Luna, headed towards Michigan Station in the main belt. With any luck, the voyage will have no complications. You'll get there, right? Despite some rising tensions between Unitech, which is the corporation that is operating the ship, and the Stillwater Serves, which are religious supporters of these technologies. The ship has a newer modular design. Basically, it's got these 4 interchangeable modules that tack on to the core, sort of like rockets propelled the ship. And those could be passenger modules, they could be cargo modules, or whatever. This particular ship has cargo modules and passenger modules attached to it. And the center of the ship rotates, providing a sort of light spin gravity. That is, like spin gravity works, it's stronger the further you are away from the center of gravity, and it down to the core of the ship, it's in microgravity where it's. The trip's expected to take 10 months, and because it takes so many months to voyage from Luna to the belt, the passengers are all put into stasis for the duration of the voyage, and the crew help put them under, and the crew revive first before the passengers do, or at least that's what's supposed to happen. That saves life support costs, and it means they don't have to pack 10 months worth of meals for the trip. They just need to pack, the meal for the day you're out of stasis, recovering from stasis sickness upon arrival. Speaking of which, stasis sickness is pretty common. Basically, when you come out of stasis, you've got some memory loss, and you're kind of stiff as your body gets used to working again, and you remember, your neurons start firing, etc. And that's part of the premise of the scenario, memories. All right. How's everyone doing in terms of reading your background?
I guess I'm halfway through.
All right. Fair enough.
I guess I got the long one.
I'm done with mine, and I am just breaking my head. How am I gonna figure out who's the captain, who's the engineer, so I can go and find them.
So from the background, that's the stuff we can remember.
That's your basic what you remember when you're coming out of stasis. The rest should hopefully come to you as the next few hours go on.
Sure.
That I'm done with mine.
Well, my background tells me a lot of stuff, but it doesn't tell me what I can't remember, so I'm not quite sure how to run that.
Well, imagine, you're coming out of stasis, and there's a bunch of probably important stuff that you can't remember, and hopefully it'll come to you. You got to make do in the meantime with what you got.
Fair enough.
In terms of character sheets, let me explain how you get to your character sheets. So in Foundry, there should be a little tab that looks. It's called the Actors tab. It looks like the little person. But if you click on that and open up the Team folder, there should be one character visible to you, and that will be your character. So if you click that up, that'll open your character sheet. I apologize that they're not sci-fi themed. I originally, built this. I programmed these character sheets myself. They were originally made for a different game that uses the same system, but they work fine. They just don't look very sci-fi-y.
That's all right. I look good.
Yep.
Thank you. All right. So I'm going to begin. I apologize if you're still reading your background, but just do your best until you get caught up. So there is consciousness. As you awaken from stasis, your limbs are stiff and feel weak from the lack of use from being under for months. Your mind is foggy, but your surroundings are slowly beginning to filter into your brain. You know that your memory should eventually come back to you over the course of the next day or so, but as you begin to become aware of what's going on around you, there's an emergency klaxon going off. Something's obviously wrong. The lights are too low as well. It must be the emergency lighting. And as you kind of lift your heads out of the stasis pods and then push the door open, you can see that you're in a room. This must be the passenger deck of one of the modules of the ship. There are 4 other people climbing out of stasis around you, and I'm just going to go in a circle. And I want you to give me the brief. There's a little thing at the beginning of your personal handout description. Just give me a brief physical. Why don't you just introduce the name of your character? Give me a brief physical description of your character, because that's what everyone else is seeing around you. Climb out. So why don't I start with Geo? Can you give me the name of your character? I'll do a character name. Taylor. Who's playing Taylor? Go ahead and give me your brief description that people are seeing.
Geo, you're muted.
And I clicked to find it because I clicked it by accident outside, and I am out of it now.
All right. We'll come back then. Wait, did you close your handout? Is that?
Yeah. Yes. How can I open it again?
Yeah. Give me a second. I'll pop that back up open for you. Show players.
Yeah, if you can do that for me too.
All right.
There
You mean to say I'm the only person who didn't close their important information?
Yep. You're the only one, Ray.
Wow. I'm already ahead of the game.
Yep.
How did you get to the character sheet again?
What was that?
How do you get to the character sheet again?
It's on the actors tab on the right-hand side. The one that looks like a little person. They scroll down to the team folder, open it up. There should be one character.
That was completely not self-explanatory. So,
yeah, and then if you want to pop that to its own window, it won't be displayed to everybody that way.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Cool. So I'm going to go through and show these handouts to everyone who's closed them. They just have to do it one by one, and I'm double checking to make sure I'm showing them to the right people. So
Then you wanted me to go and just read my description, right?
Yeah, just give us your character's name and the brief physical. What are people seeing physically?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead with that. In the meantime, it's Taylor Chu. It's a tall and well-muscled with a stern face and a stasis gown, indicating that they are the module's attending steward.
All right. Blake, whoever's playing Blake, go ahead and.
That's right.
That would be me. Sorry, I had to get my mute off. I'm Blake Colby, tall with handsome facial features, of course, and an elegant posture. You wish you were me. Blake's stasis gown is obviously a personal garment and is higher quality than the others.
All right. Jesse.
I smell corpo.
Jesse. Jesse Boudin is a middle-aged and grizzly with a nose that looks like has been broken before and healed. They have a bearing that seems out of place in a stasis gown.
Right.
I wish I had a Jesse's girl.
And finally, Casey.
Hello, I am playing Casey Spenner. He's kind of small and wiry, with a crumpled stasis gown, big eyes, spindly arms, and greasy-looking hair.
All right. And also with the 4 of you, there's a woman climbing out of one of the stasis pods. She, I don't know, looks young and is kind of like looking around kind of wildly. And so the five of you are climbing out of your stasis pods. The klaxon's going. The emergency lighting's on. You're looking around. There's the room of the ship. This room is, it must be one of the, as I said, one of the passenger rooms or something. It's maybe 5 meters wide by maybe 20 meters long. On one end, there's like a ladder leading up to a hatch in the ceiling. And on the other end, there's a door in one of the walls. And then there's a row of 5 stasis pods where the 5 of you are all coming out of stasis. So why don't you begin interacting?
I get out and kind of rub my nose and just look around, look at each one of the other coming out of the stasis.
Yeah, I kind of sit up, start like rubbing my temples, and start retching.
I'm trying to look around, trying to gauge the ambience to see if there's anybody that needs calming down specifically, since I'm trying to assume my role in that respect. Do I need to roll for success rate on that, or at this point, no?
Don't worry about that yet. You're looking around. You see, these other folk around you, and
Yep.
And none of them look too crazed at the moment, but clearly something's wrong, and you should have definitely been out of stasis before
Yes.
the passengers. So something's up.
What's going on here? Get me the captain. Somebody turn off that goddamn alarm. All it's doing is giving me a headache.
Oh, I don't feel so good.
You don't look so good.
Oh man.
Where's the captain?
I need to find the captain and the engineer.
You can't come
but I
down and
gotta
get him
keep
on
it
the
quiet.
comms now.
I don't think that's gonna help. It's obviously there's something's very wrong right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out what. We've got to sort this problem out. You may not be aware, but I'm a VP in Unitech. I'm the most highest rated person in the company on this ship. I need some answers. I need them now.
Boy, I feel bad for you. I got some answers, but I cannot give it to you just now. We need to get the captain and the engineer.
Well, then get the captain. You're the steward.
Yeah,
Maybe
isn't
your
that
ass.
like your job or something?
Yes, I need to get out of this module into the next one in order to find them.
At this point, through the door leading, the door on the one wall of this room, you're hearing some sort of like yelling or maybe a muffled screaming coming from the other side of the door.
We better get that.
I need to go and peek at the door to see what's going on before I open it.
Does it have a window in it?
It does not.
That's a shitty design. I'll have to talk to the boys about that.
It's all about the horror, man. It's Prometheus all over for us.
Oh,
I
so
need
we're
to
going to
see-
play idiots in space. Right. Okay, sure.
Yes.
Tell me that ahead of time.
Yes.
I mean, like all you got to do is flex your muscles and everything will be okay, right?
I need to look around if there's something that I could use as an axe for emergency, or something like I could cover myself or for protect myself.
So
before
there's some like metal railing along the wall that's meant for like people that are stiff and getting out of stasis to hold on to. If you really used your strength, you might be able to rip it off and use it as a sort of makeshift club. But
Get them.
Question.
Get that
Where's
railing.
Yeah, I don't know. I am being precautious. I
I'm
need to
doing
protect my people here.
stretches and limbering up.
all right, then why
I feel like
why
we've
don't
got to
you?
move
So
soon.
on your character sheet, there's a skill called athletics. If you go ahead and click the little icon next to it, it will make an athletics roll.
Okay.
And it's basically it's going to roll a 10-sided die, a d10. It's going to add the relevant stat, which is strength in this case, and your athletic skill. and you're looking higher numbers are good, basically.
Athletics. Okay.
All right. So you got an 11. You try to pull this railing off the wall, but it's bolted in tightly for a reason, and you almost you get it to bend, but not quite enough to remove it from the wall.
I forget to ask an important question.
Mm-hmm.
The alarms are going off. Obviously, something is wrong. Is the gravity working?
Yes. The spin gravity seems to be there.
Quick
Okay.
question: who did roll for the athletics? Was it me?
Oh, that was me rolling to limber up.
No,
Yeah,
I apologize.
because
Okay,
I saw the roll coming out. I was like, I didn't click anything.
All right, well, go ahead and make the roll.
Let's go for that bar. Okay. Oh, make test. Do I?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, you rip a piece of the railing off easily, and you have it's a bit bent on one end, but it's it's about a meter long piece of railing that you have in your hands now.
Makeshift club, get them. Thor, when my friends and I were playing this game, we used the card system. We thought that was like so old school.
Yeah, I like the card system too, but the dice option runs a lot smoother.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Can I roll on engineering to find a way to shut the stupid alarm off? Giving me a headache.
All right.
Well, you'll need to find some panel or something for that.
All right.
Is there
what do I use to find a panel?
You search around. You don't see any sort of like control panel or terminal in this room. Maybe if you go to a different room, you might find one.
What's the freak with this design? Who designed this shit? They're getting demoted.
This is all practicality.
No, this is stupidity.
Sorry,
if you're
man.
going to have an isolated area, there's got to be some way to access controls in each and every area.
I must apologize, Your Highness. This is not Night City and your corporal ladder big tower.
This is a ship that my company makes. I believe that I do have some say in how it works. And whoever designed this was an idiot, and they're going to be treated like one. Would you?
You're absolutely right, my liege. Basically, when we get out of here, if you find the complaint box, I'll let you know so you can put it in there.
I turn to the girl and ask her, do you know anything about this?
She says, no, but someone's screaming over there. Do you hear it?
Okay, so
I just nod my head like...
She goes and she opens the door. And on the other side of the door is another very similar room with 5 stasis pods lined up in a row, where there seem to be a number of people climbing out of their stasis pods, looking dazed and confused. There's a man who's sitting up in a stasis pod. He's a small guy, kind of, who just is screaming, and that's what you've been hearing. And then there's like 3 others that seem to be kind of like standing up and like I don't know, whispering to each other.
Can I roll for persuasion to see if I can calm him down?
Yeah. Go ahead and make a. Go ahead.
Is there a steward in that? Is there a steward in that bay?
There is not. There's 5 stasis pods. You see the 3 fairly burly people whispering to each other. The guy that's screaming, and then there's a 5th stasis pod on the end. But you don't see anybody with a steward's name tag.
What is wrong with these people? Why so much noise? All
right, so you talk to the screaming guy. He calms down a bit and he goes, "Something's wrong. Something's wrong. The emergency lighting's on. Well, what do we do? Who's in charge? Well, what's the situation?"
We need to calm down now. I'm trying to get in touch with the captain and the engineer so we can take care of this. So you remain calm. We'll get this resolved as soon as possible, and we'll be on our way. There's no reason to be alarmed. We're working on turning off the alarm. I know this is annoying. We'll take care of it as soon as possible. your cooperation will help us get this result better.
I look around the room to see if I see any control panel.
All right, so you start looking around the room. You're not seeing a control panel. There is a little number pad up near the hatch on the ceiling that's on the top of the ladder, but it doesn't really look like a computer terminal so much as like a numeric lock. You're looking around. There's individual control panels in the stasis pods, but those control the individual stasis pods. And then you come down to the last stasis pod, looking around, the fifth one in the other room, and it's been broken open in the top. You can see bits of shattered metal and glass, and whoever was in it, their face is largely the missing.
Ooh.
Is there any damage to the walls, like something came in?
Go ahead and make me, if you have the investigate skill, go ahead and roll investigate. Nope. If not, then go ahead and there should be untrained, and then select perception as the stat.
You mean unskilled?
Unskilled, sorry, yes, unskilled.
Perception. Oh, I would like
all right.
10.
So you're looking around, and on the sort of hatch leading up in the ceiling, that's on not the room you woke up in, but in the far one, you're pretty sure you see some scratches along the sealed hatch there.
So something was trying to get out.
Potentially.
But there's no hole, so it didn't actually manage to do it. So whatever killed this guy is still in here with us.
That's what it seems like.
All right. On that note, I'm going to show everyone the first of the 3 memory handouts that will be happening this session. So I'm going to do this one by one. You can keep role playing if you want. I just letting you know that when you see the pop out, that's your memory coming back, and you can take a moment to remember things.
You, steward, see if you can get another one of these bars off the wall. We need some more weapons. There's something in here that killed this man.
Kill what man? Take it easy, man. We need to investigate before we decide.
This dead guy in the pod here with his face ripped off. Are you blind?
We don't need to kill him brutally here. We need to find a medical kit.
I'm talking about defending the people. That's what the steward is supposed to do. So if you could pull another one of those bars off the wall, we can arm another person.
Maybe you can help me by grabbing one too.
Well, yeah, I'm not built like you are, but I can try.
I kind of start I slowly come out to try come out of the room that we were in previously, and kind of clutching my side, and kind of like making my way, trying to figure out what's going on.
So I rolled 13 trying to pull a bar off the wall. I suspect that's a fail.
No, you must be loosened enough already because it was kind of moving. But yeah, you've gotten a bar off the wall there.
Nice.
You see, buddy?
Okay.
You gotta believe in yourself.
Oh,
I'd like to be able to believe in you, but I haven't seen you do anything smart yet.
That's all right. I'm not here to comply with your expectations. I'm here to keep you all safe.
Actually, you are. Because I'm about 5 rungs up the ladder from where you are, smartass.
I'm glad for you, man.
I can have you reported and let go, so just you remember that.
Let's make sure that we can make it out of here so you can do that.
Well, I don't want to do that. But if you're going to be rude, you know what happens.
I don't get paid to be nice. I'm sorry.
You won't get paid at all if you're not careful.
Thorn, did you receive my messages?
Oh, are they over
Discord? Probably
Discord. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's a private messenger on here, is there?
There's like a whisper function if you do /W and then.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll check that out.
Can I do a check to see if someone is among the group so far?
You're doing a check for what? I missed that.
Sorry. Just want to do a check to see if someone I'm looking for is within the group so far.
All right. You look over the faces of all the people here, the people you woke up with, the woman, the guy that was screaming, the three guys whispering among each themselves, but you're not recognizing anybody.
Okay. I'm assuming the hatch is the only other door in here.
So from here, there's a door leading between the two rooms in this deck, and then there's some stairs leading up with a hatch in the ceiling in the far sides of each room. And I should have just shown people a little diagram on the screen there. So if you look at that, there's the two rooms with 5 stasis pods each, kind of on the lowest deck there, and then there's the rungs leading up to the hatches on the far side of each of the deck.
Okay.
All right.
I look at the one closest to me.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to check to make sure that they're functioning? I mean, is there any sign of damage or?
Yeah, go ahead and make me an awareness test if you've got that awareness skill.
Okay. And I just click on. Okay.
Then you just click on the little icon next to the name of the skill.
Okay, it opens up a window.
If you click on the name, it opens up the little description. But if you click on the icon, it should kind of, if you mouse over it, it should display a little die.
Okay, so now it's asking me.
Oh yeah, the dialogue. Yeah, then you just hit make test or whatever the button is.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry.
Nice roll.
Okay. Yeah, you're seeing some deep scratches in the metal here, like something sharp with a lot of strength behind it kind of hit it here, and it kind of goes through like this hatch has been opened and closed. But right now it's displaying that it's locked. It's expecting there's a little number pad. It's expecting some numeric combination.
Is there some way to work out the details of the person who was killed?
Yeah, if you go over to the stasis pod, you might be able to access its control panel and get their vitals and probably their name and other medical information.
Okay, so I have academics' computers. Does that help?
Yeah, go ahead. We'll go over there and roll academics' computers.
All righty. Ooh, nice roll.
Okay. Yeah, you are pulling a name from it. It is a Dr. Justine Kravis.
Also, as a woman.
That's what it's telling you. Yeah.
Oh, I
And
think that
actually,
was our
that's
psychologist.
doing a second look. Yeah, it is a woman. It's just the missing face is, a bit distracting.
I want to go to the other hatch and do the same check.
All right. The other hatch here looks like it is. You're seeing similar damage, and it looks like it's also expecting numeric code.
And they're both locked.
At the moment, yes.
Hey, Stuart, have you got the code for the doors?
I want to check on myself to see if I have anything that would remind me of the code.
Well, you're looking it over. Question for you out of character: have you read the memory handout that just popped up?
Let me see.
It should be say memories 1, and then have your character name underneath it.
Memory journal. Stack of cards. Companion pack.
It should be a pop-up that just popped up on its own when I displayed it to you maybe 5 minutes ago.
It says memories, right?
It should say memories 1 at the top. Is everyone? received that handout and read it?
I've got one, and I've read it.
Let me see, because I popped them out so I don't close it again. Memories one. Okay, yeah, perfect. All right, so I got it. Perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to open the door, and I'm gonna ask my helper, cranky buddy here, come, Mr. Corporal, stand behind me. We're gonna open this door. Keep your eyes open. Look alive. We don't know what's gonna find out there, but it doesn't look like it's friendly. Apparently.
I wave my metal bar and I say, "You speak to me like you're superior because I am."
Let's see about that.
I'll have your hide.
So I'm gonna put the combination, and then I'm gonna open the door and look slightly to both sides to see what I can see.
All right. So you see him reach up and punch in some numbers there. And
can I try and perceive it so I know what the numbers are?
Yeah, go ahead and make me.
He's asked me to stand right behind him.
Yeah, make me an awareness test. I want to see.
I do not have awareness, so I guess it's unskilled.
Go ahead and just roll perception then. If you click on the name perception next to your stat, that should.
Oh, right. Okay.
Perception.
Perception per. Nope. Didn't do anything. I guess I have to do unskilled and then change the stat to perception.
Sure. This is not too difficult. The numbers laid up there, but yeah. So the combination that will get you through that lock is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The idiot luggage number, right? Okay. Boop, 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 boop.
So
they've even got beeps on the bloody keypads, so you can hear the numbers.
Let me ask you something. So I want to go in between. Now that we are in the other side, let me see what I need to roll for this. I want to roll stealth.
Yeah, I'll come back to that in just a minute. So as you poke your head through, you see this is obviously the steward's deck. It consists of a singular room that's maybe 5 meters by 45 meters. The entire length of this module there. It contains. It's basically the area where the module steward can retrieve comfort items for passengers and where meals are prepared. If they need like a pillow or a first aid kit. There's some simple tools, bulbs for water, a faucet, and then there's these 2 large freezers that hold frozen meals for the passengers. And one of them is currently marked with an out of order sign affixed to it somehow. And that's what you see, as you pop up there. And
out of order. This ship is brand new. That is ridiculous. It should be properly maintained before liftoff. I go and check the contents.
All right. So you go to check it.
What do I need? What do I need to roll to start in the fridges?
Go ahead and make me a melee test to see if you can intercept him.
Okay.
All right, and then if you want to push through, you can make a melee test as well. Otherwise, he will just stop.
Yeah, I got melee of 0. I doubt anything good is.
I just put my hand out. I was like, "That's far enough, buddy."
Yeah, that was a shit roll. You privately rolled your dice, you pussy.
I don't make the rules, buddy.
Oh, that's hilarious.
All right. Well, he intercepts you, and as you go to open the freezer,
I'm looking around, and I'm trying to get my bearings, like based on where I am within the ship. Mm-hmm. Is anywhere in my vicinity that I can see diagram, map? Oh, I'm looking for a place in the ship, and I'm looking for some sort of indication where that place could be at.
All right. You're like a. There is in fact like a computer terminal here in the steward's deck, and if you go to that, you can pull up like a schematic of the ship, and you see something that's more or less like what I've shared on the screen here.
Okay.
Is there something particular you're looking for, or?
I think if this is what I'm seeing on the screen, then what I'm going to check is there a hatch on, I guess it would be on top of me that leads me to another compartment.
Yes, there is. There's these kind of like metal rungs making a ladder on each side that will lead up to another hatch in the ceiling up to the third deck stacked on top.
Okay. Where are the rest? Are they? Is everybody else following us? Especially from the other.
So looking around, obviously the the steward and the corp guy just walked towards the freezer, and one stopping the other. You're up here. The woman that was with you is up here, and then the three burly guys that were whispering to each other are in the process of climbing up. The guy that was screaming and the other sort of like small wiry guy aren't up here yet.
Yeah, I'm slowly making my way up to there. Are they? Is this going up to the upper decks of the passenger module?
So you guys are. I'm going to ping in the map here. You guys were right down in this area. You've climbed up now to the steward's deck, which is second level.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's where people are climbing up to.
And you find me in the middle of an argument with the steward.
Because why not?
Well, I'm a project leader in the company. I'm 5 levels above these peons. I need to find out why the ship is not working properly on its maiden voyage. This is ridiculous, and he won't let me look. I'm suspecting him as being part of the problem, not part of the solution.
I turn around to the woman that woke up next to us, and I tell her, "Please forgive my stasis grogginess, but who are you?"
She goes, "Oh, I guess we didn't do introductions, did we? I'm Helga.
And what do you do in the ship?"
I'm traveling to Miskin Station. I've got family there. They've got a job lined up."
Okay.
Not an important person, buddy.
As I am talking to her, I'm technically using that as an excuse. So you let me know which dice I need to roll. I'm trying to listen in on the couple that were, talking to themselves, to each other.
The whispering.
Yeah. If you have the awareness skill, go ahead and make me an awareness test. If not, then you can roll unskilled and select perception.
Ooh. Whoa, nice roll.
Very nice.
Good roll, yeah. All right, so you're listening, and there's a couple burly dudes there. One of them saying to the other, I don't know what's going on, but the goods are unprotected. Yeah, we got to go over there and make sure no one's messing with it. The rock mob will have our heads if they're stolen before we get there.
Okay. I cannot.
I'm gonna say, hey, buddy, where do you think they're gonna take it? They're gonna airlock themselves with it and escape? Duh. Let's keep the order.
No, Gio, you didn't hear that. Only Robert did.
Oh, okay. I thought he was saying
because he's listening to people whispering, and he made the perception roll. So you have to blank it out of your memory.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't hear.
Take that back.
Yeah. And what I'm saying, okay, let's see if we can get to the cargo deck, or module.
Meanwhile, can I use my persuade skill on Mr. Steward, because he's just getting in my way and I can't perform the checks I need to make?
Try to get something from in the middle of those things.
I mean, you can try sweet talking him or whatever. If you wanna make a skill roll, you can do that, and he can decide whether it's high enough to convince him or not. You know, it's his call.
Does he have an AC? Because maybe let me see. Where's
An
mine?
AC.
Now, how I see it, do I need to roll persuasion against him?
That's the best roll I've made so far.
Do I need to roll persuasion against him?
No, it's your choice. Is that high enough to convince you to let him do this or not? Your call.
Well, I need to pick something up before he does that.
I mean, he's clearly speaking very, making a
Eloquently.
very convincing argument, but like you've got your own motives, so your call.
Gio, he's making it your call. You decide if you want to be persuaded. Or
Okay, you're more than free to do this, but give me a second, and I'm gonna reach out in the panel that is really not visible to anybody between the fridges right now, and grab something that is waiting for me there.
All right. So he turns around. Wait just a second, and he starts screwing with an electrical panel between the two. So
What are you doing?
Protecting you all.
All right. So you screw with the electrical panel there, and then you pull out a. Actually, make me an athletics test to open it.
Athletics test. Okay.
Pretty simple.
Did I pick the right one?
I see a liberal arts test.
No. I picked the wrong one. I'm gonna.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. Athletic. Okay. Athletics. There he goes.
Oh yeah, that was the. You're reaching pretty well, and you the rest of you turns to the electrical panel. And clearly, it pulls something out from it, even if he's shielding what it is with his body.
Then I'm gonna grab Blake by the shoulder softly, and I'm gonna tell him, "You can look. You're not gonna like what you're gonna see. You've been warned, so don't take it out on me." And then I'm gonna just lead the way.
I'm getting the feeling that this guy's dodgy AF.
Now you're being difficult, buddy. I'm letting you check. I'm just warning you because I know what's in there. And if you know the hierarchies and the responsibilities of each role, you don't seem to be very respectful and considering of the one I have to supply here.
Well, it goes to the same way that you're not very respectful of people in the upper echelons above you either.
All right, but by this point, Helga and the three whispering burly dudes have all moved on to the deck above. They're climbing at the deck above, and
they weren't locked out. There wasn't a code lock on this one.
Apparently not.
I opened the do not disturb freezer door.
All right. Inside, you find a human body. It is clearly been stabbed with a knife or other sharp implement, and it looks like its face has been split off.
Oh man, somebody's into faces, aren't they?
I was going to say
I
that.
told you.
Faces.
I told you. And to be honest, I cannot remember why he got there, but I know it's there. And I look
at you and I go, you knew that was in there.
Yeah, and I still let you check.
That makes you.
If you're a smart guy, well,
Thorn,
that's fine.
you get my messages?
If you want to make suspects out of this situation, go ahead, man. I'll tell you to be a smarter guy if I let you check. I could have just not let you check. So make your choice and let's move on. We can actually get guilty guys when we make it out of here alive. Savvy?
Well, I will tell you something. That if you don't want to be reported to the corporate authorities the moment I get access to the communication system, you start listening to me.
I do not care, buddy. Threatening is not going to work in here.
That is your problem. You don't care. Which means that you are not a good employee.
And you're not a good employer.
I interject in the between these two arguing. I don't know if I need to roll a check, but I'm like, dude, we are in an emergency, and you guys are doing this now.
I am trying
Thank
to
you.
get some things done, and he's
Thank
getting
you.
in my way.
Thank you. Thank you. Can we
I
move on to the
move.
next? Ding, ding,
Okay.
ding, ding, ding.
I was gonna say I'm gonna move to the next hatch and see if I notice anything, or if is it open, is it closed?
The
I
next
like to
hatch in the
say
ceiling.
we should stick together. Yeah.
It is at this point it is open. Helga and the three burly whispering guys whose names you never got have already gone through and are currently picking. Looks like you can you can look up. It looks like there's a bunch of luggage kind of strapped to like every possible surface, and they're clearly going through people's luggage.
Okay, I'm gonna do an interesting roll. I don't know how that's, but stealth is involved in there.
Okay.
So I want to approach the whispering people
Mhm.
and see if I can tell what they're doing. So I'm assuming that is some sort of like investigation also. And after that, well, let me do those two things, and then I have another one that I gotta do after that.
I might just quietly follow behind Robert.
So let me know what to roll.
All right. So you go ahead, just make a stealth roll.
Stealth.
All right. So you're heading up. You're pretty sure you just saw one of them palm a knife from somewhere in one of the bags of luggage.
Okay.
At least the burling whispering man whose name is you never got. At least that's among them. The Helga seems to be trying to mess with the. There's another hatch that kind of goes in its ceiling that presumably leads to the core of the ship. She's fiddling with that, trying to get it open.
Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to do while I'm there, I don't know if I need to do a check, but I'm looking for my bag.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigate test. You start tearing through bags. There are tons of bags just strapped everywhere here. But within a minute or so, you find yours without too much of an issue. There it is. It's got your name marked on it and everything.
Awesome. I want to move, and let me see, to an area with the least amount of people.
Mhm.
And I want to look inside. I just want to confirm that everything that I put in there is still there.
All right. You start kind of looking in your bag, and sure enough, it appears to be there.
Awesome.
So I'm pissed off now. I'm going straight past whatever these stupid idiots are doing, and you can only fit one person on one of those ladders, can't you?
Yeah, they're single file. So,
is there a number pad? Can I see a number pad up next to that door?
the one leading from the steward's deck into the luggage deck, or
No, I've followed them up to the luggage
Oh.
deck, and I want to get into the central core.
Yes, there is a number pad there.
Okay. I call to Helga. Helga, you need the combination. Come down. I'll sort it out.
All right. She starts climbing down, and as she's climbing down, suddenly from away. Let me ask really quick. Antonio, what is Casey up to during all this? You've been quiet for a while.
Oh yeah, so like he was climbing up, trying to, I guess, follow up past those people, whatever.
All right. So you're climbing up there to the luggage
Like the
deck.
upper, yeah. Climbing up.
And at this point, all of you hear a like blood-curdling scream coming from somewhere down below. All this, and then followed by like a gurgling sound, and then a loud thump.
Was there anybody left behind? I thought we all came up.
Looking around, and the only person unaccounted for would be that guy who was screaming and had be calmed down earlier.
Oh, well, it's no great loss. I climb up the ladder and try the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 code.
All right. You go ahead and try it. It looks like. Go ahead and make me an awareness test while you're up here.
I don't have awareness, so I guess it's unskilled. But I need perception. Oh,
All right.
Five.
You start fiddling with this. Something's obviously wrong here. It's not responding, and it's not making the beeps like you'd expect. The rest of you, what are you doing? He's up there fiddling with the lock. You got the screaming going on down below. What are the rest of you doing?
I was following behind Robert, but I am trying to keep an eye on Ray that's been on my toes all this time.
I want to see. I want to look around, and not sure exactly how big this is or not. But the two whispering guys, they were isolated initially. I don't know if they're still isolated, like meaning they're in a place in the luggage deck that is away from everybody else, or are they with a group?
They're more or less kind of standing by themselves in the corner of the luggage deck, waiting for this thing to resolve with fiddling with the hatch.
So they're kind of like isolated. They're not necessarily hidden, right?
That's right.
Okay.
We're here, right?
Yeah, you're up there. Currently, Corp Guy is playing with the hatch, but it's single file, so everyone else is down below somewhere.
Oh, okay. So, like, basically, the door to the next area isn't open yet. Am I hearing that correct?
That appears to be correct.
Okay, so I'm gonna spend this time. I'm in luggage, right? So I'm gonna see. Hey, I might as well try to find my stuff, I guess.
All right. So you can look around, and sure enough, there's a bag. It's got some basic personal items and clothes and stuff like that in it. Is there anything particular you're looking for? I mean, there's a lot of people's bags here, to be fair.
Oh, looking for my hand terminal.
All right. You look around, and yeah, you've got your hand terminal there. Basically like your space iPhone, essentially.
Yeah.
So none of these airlocks have any sort of communications equipment, so you can talk to people on the other side, or
I mean,
anything like that?
they have little comms. At least this one does.
I will try it.
All right.
I'll call for Captain Willandry.
There is no reply. Just the screaming kind of coming to a gurgling stop somewhere down below.
I wanna quietly walk by Robert, tapping on the shoulder, and pass him the so he can have something, and I tell him for your protection, just in case. Keep an eye open.
I didn't.
Whoa! Did the red light just come on? Am I hallucinating that? I'm hallucinating that.
All right. There's the sound of something large breaking very violently from somewhere down below.
Oh boy! Say, maybe we should close those hatches.
I think that's a good idea.
Right. So you head over to the hatch to close it from the seal you off from the steward's deck down there. And as you're going through closing the hatch, your eye catches a bit of movement. It's just visible for like a split second, but it's clearly very large. Has lots of segmented body parts or something, and very large teeth, vaguely humanoid.
Close it. No.
Slam it.
Run.
No.
I flap it shut.
All right.
Yeah.
You slap it shut. Hopefully that seals whatever it is down there. And at this point, I'm going to go through and do one more. The second of the three sets of memories coming back is going to happen at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and start. So show players.
Holy crap.
All right. Next is Casey. Show players. Casey. Double check. Yes. Jesse. The players. Yes, he is Robert. Jack, yes, and Taylor. Players. Taylor is Geo. Double check.
Just
All
to
right,
make
at
sure.
this point, at this
Okay.
point, everyone should have gotten your second memory handout.
What the fuck, man?
So I'm going to go over to Taylor and ask him, do you remember if the code for that door is different from the other codes, or is it the same? Taylor, Geo, I'm talking to you. Where? With my voice.
I'm kidding. This game master is not being benevolent, man. He just gave me a big load of crap, a truck of crap that I just remember now, and this is not good. Not good, and I had to be very careful about how to go about it. Oh my
Isn't that how
god!
memories work?
Well, I asked you a basic question. Can you
Damn,
answer
bro.
it?
You can repeat again because all my attention was in the asteroid storm of shit that just came back in my mind of memories.
Stuart, is there a different code to that door, or is it the same one as the others?
We should try the same one. So far as I can remember, there's no difference.
I did try the same one. It didn't open.
Well, that's a problem then. I am not hiding any information for you, as you should know by now. And we need to get Captain Wulandari here.
No shit. I'm trying to get to him as well. We need to get through that door.
We need anybody else that could come up with an idea of how to open this?
I mean, in every other space movie I've ever seen, if they can't get the panel to work, they pop the keypad and hotwire it. But I don't have electrical engineering. I have engineering and computers, but I don't have electrical engineering. So
just remember what we shut the door after right now. We don't want to compromise the door and not be able to close it. So we should be very careful how we go about tampering with that door.
If whatever that thing is down there can get through the doors that it's locked behind now, another one's not going to stop it.
Question. The two hatches, I can confirm, close, right?
So the two hatches, what?
The two hatches leading down, I can confirm they're both closed.
They are currently both closed, yes. And in fact, you think you hear something scraping lightly on the far side of the hatch right now.
Ooh, boys.
Can I confirm it is locked?
It is locked, yes.
Okay. I want to come close to where
don't try to open it to confirm that.
I'll let you do that. I want to get close to the Corpy guy, and I want to take a look at the number
Corpy
pad
guy.
on the hatch leading corporation. If I can
have a name, you know.
Leave it to a corporal.
If you notice, I really don't care.
I've noticed that about all the other characters. Nobody gives a shit.
I really don't give a shit. I want to see, based on my background and my memories, I want to see if there's anything on that panel that I can tell. I don't know if I need to do.
This is the panel leading up to the core of the ship, or the one leading down to where the thing is trapped?
No, the one leading to the center of the ship.
All right. So you go look at it. Go ahead and make me a. You could take a look at your character sheet. I'll pick out a skill.
Okay.
Go ahead and make me an investigate test.
Investigate.
Yeah, so you're taking a look. So it immediately is obvious to you why he's unable to unlock it. It's because it's not locked. It's jammed. Clearly, there's been some damage here.
Oh.
Something very strong has been. Something clearly very strong and probably sharp has been chipping away at the airlock that connects this module to the core of the ship. And it's warped to the point where it's hard to open this door. Like if you're strong enough, you might be able to push it open or throw yourself against it a couple times or something. But it's not locked. It's just the metal's getting warped.
So I'm gonna hand gesture to Robert for the bar that I gave him, so he can give it back to me, so I can try to kind of like lever with it and see if I can open it.
Before I do that, I want to tell: are they scratches obviously from my side to the other side, or is this something that and it's completely different to my perception?
They're probably claws, and are they scratches from your side or the other side? A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Okay.
It's about to go down.
Stuart, you want to do this?
Yes, sir. We have to move on anyways. I have
So
pressing matters to find out.
I gave you the bar. I moved away, let you go in, and I'm assuming at this point everybody's together.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
bunching up, because I'm starting to look pretty scared at this point, and I'm just kind of keeping my eyes are darting between the hatches, going, whatever you're gonna do it fast.
Okay, I'm gonna. Do I roll for athletics or I don't?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll athletics.
Athletics.
Okay, so you're pretty strong, and this isn't your best ever effort. But you've got this leverage from the bar. You've got your strength, and you have to work to the point you're sweating. But then eventually you pop the jammed door open. And by the way, the lighter up here in the baggage level is definitely the gravity is definitely lighter than it was down at the passenger level. So.
Oh, that's right.
Bounce around a little bit as you.
You didn't say it wasn't
core.
0G. It was low gravity. Now, when we're talking about low gravity, are we talking about Luna gravity?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So the hatch is open, leading to the core of the ship.
Or the lighter the gravity.
I'll be the next up the ladder, right behind Taylor.
Yeah, I'll be like somewhere in the middle, I guess, of the group.
I'm gonna keep my I'm gonna get my gun ready and advance cautiously.
All right. So you guys push through from passenger module A into the core of the ship.
Do I see his gun? Because he's got it ready. Can I actually?
I'm not hiding it.
Yeah.
I'm not hiding my gun.
So the ship's core is a long tube with the cockpit at the front and the engine room at the back.
I'm gonna look at the gun like scared. I'm gonna like, where did you get that? Is that even regulation?
Yes, this is for all your protection. Trust me, you will want me to have it in my hands if something comes at us right now. Stay behind me.
So that hatch looks like it comes up in the stasis pod area at the center of the ship. Is that right?
So in the center, yeah, you come to the center of the ship here. This is there's not really stasis pods here, but there are. It's an area that connects to the 4 different modules of the ship. And
so where would the captain's stasis pod be then?
Probably up either near the cockpit or near the engine room.
Probably near the cockpit.
We gotta find the captain.
Well, Blake, I like
captain
how
should
you're
be in the
thinking.
bridge, so let's head that
Uh,
way.
I like how Blake is thinking. Let's do that.
Okay.
Keep behind me.
So the 3 or 4 of you, push up towards the cockpit. Meanwhile, you see you see the guys that are whispering among themselves immediately go towards looks like one of the cargo modules. They go into the ship's core, then immediately exit into one of the other 3 attached modules. And and Helga just kind of keeps looking back like she's afraid to go back there, and then makes her way towards the engine room.
Is there any way to lock the door once they've gone through it?
I mean, if you can get the hatch back closed, then yes. But it took essentially a large crowbar and a lot of strength to pry it open. It's going to take.
No, I'm talking about the one that the 3 guys went through, the Whispering Jacks.
Oh yeah, you can certainly close that hatch behind them and hope.
Can I lock it so they can't get out again because they don't know what the code is?
You can certainly try it from this side and see what happens. It's got like a clearly like a thing to press or whatever.
Yep, I'll do that. I don't want them coming back behind us.
All right,
I'll allow it.
Okay, you go ahead and you go ahead.
I just want to seal them in there so they don't cause us any problems.
Yeah, nobody told them to go about their own plans. Like they're not part of a group.
All right, locked. Hopefully, hopefully they'll be safe in there, or at least not cause you any problems.
And then I'll follow on towards the cockpit.
Yep.
So the cockpit is a little more than like a seat surrounded by various controls necessary to pilot the ship. Wow. There's enough room behind the seat for a single person to stand. And there's a bunch of computer controls all over here. And just behind the cockpit is a little, like a little captain's room, it looks like, with a stasis pod for 2 stasis pods. One presumably for the captain, the other one maybe for the engineer or somebody.
Are they at home?
There looks to be a safe on one wall. You go and you take a look, and these stasis pod, these 2 stasis pods have both been broken open, and the people inside, big chunks taken out of them, either by sharp teeth or something like that. This looks very fresh, like very fresh. You can still see the blood kind of oozing out, smearing all over the walls and forming little droplets in the air here. Whereas the one down in passenger module A was less fresh.
Okay, I want to.
Is it possible to open the captain's pod?
Is it possible to what?
Open the captain's pod.
Yeah, you can go ahead. Well, you can go ahead and open the stasis pod.
Yeah, I'm planning to search the captain's pockets and things. I'm looking for anything that will give me information to get into his safe.
All right. So the rest of you see the corporate guy push in. He looks at the murder scene, and then immediately he starts rifling through their pockets.
I mean, I'm not there. Like, so, like when you guys go to the cockpit and everything, like Casey's eyes is like lighting up. He's like,
okay,
whoa! I've always wanted to check these out. So cool. he's like totally like oblivious to whatever's going on in the office.
He's geeking out.
Yeah, and I'm like just kind of like touching. Yeah, just touching stuff.
Okay, I want to look at the board on the cockpit to the main screen, and I want to see if it shows me anything like a destination or a course set.
Sure. Go ahead and make me a. Give me a second. I want to take a look at what skills you have. Go ahead and make me a academics computers test.
Okay. Did it go through? It's not rolling.
If you click the.
I am roll. Let me refresh the page, I guess.
Sure. Okay.
Your web browser does not have hardware. Okay, acceleration. Let's see. Oh God. Oh God, how can I pop up my character now? Yeah, my
Is
my
the
my web browser is giving me problems.
How does this work?
All right, I'll go ahead and just roll that for you if you don't mind.
Okay.
I can go
Sounds
browse
good.
through it.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Okay, so two things. Number one, you're looking for destination coordinates or something, and you think you're just about to get to them, and suddenly you're distracted because there's a beeping noise comes from behind you, and it looks like Casey's, like just like pushed a button like or two in like a wonder, and now it's like giving some sort of like warning beep.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I get close and try to look at what that beeping sound in the panel or computer is.
Yeah, go ahead and make me an academics computers test.
Wow.
Looks like he may have
Oh
just
my god.
looks like he may have just accidentally deleted the navigation logs.
Accidentally on purpose, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's how we have Beavis and Butthead in one person here.
And then I just go on like pressing like random buttons like beep boop. This is the captain. Like pressing the intercom button. This is the captain.
Oh my god.
I'll be hitting with a pole.
Can I grab his hand? Maybe do some, I don't know, intimidation or something to just looking at him firmly and say, "You better stop that." Is there any role or just?
If you want, you can go ahead and make me a. We'll call that. If you.
Persuasion?
Sorry, I'm looking over this. Yeah, go ahead and roll empathy. Make me an empathy test.
Here we go.
And then he can decide how he wants to react to that. Now you know how good the attempt was. Make your decision.
So like you like do you like grab him or anything like that, or you just like get in his face? What do you do exactly?
I grab one of your hands.
Okay.
And I press firmly, and then I look in right into your eyes with a very grim face and says, "You better stop that."
I kind of like jerk my arm down and then like keep it like behind my back, and I look down at the ground with a pouty lip, like you're scolding a child almost.
Okay. Can I?
Meanwhile,
I'm just gonna look at Robert. I'm just gonna look at Robert and nod in approval.
All right.
Now we got Antonio to worry about.
Mr. Courtman.
And then I'm just gonna be like, "I'm sorry, gosh."
I want to look at the computer and see if I can. I guess the question would be, can I operate it?
Well, you go ahead and you look at it. If you want to do basic computer queries like check stuff, yes. If it's pilot the ship, the answer is you don't. That's not within your wheelhouse.
From this panel, can I control sections of the ship?
From this panel, it does have certain controls. There are safeties for things like venting all the atmosphere, because they don't want terrorists busting in and killing everyone by doing that. But sort of like that, yeah, there's all sorts of controls from up here. Because
the reason why I'm asking this, and I don't know how. First, I want to make sure that the hatch that we came in to the center of the ship.
Mhm.
I don't know if I had to go back and check, maybe do a check on all 4 hatches, make sure that they are all secure.
They are absolutely not secure. The hatch you came through was warped to the point that somebody had to force it open with strength and a crowbar, and it's now needs a similar amount of strength and a crowbar to close because it will not shut right now. The metal is warped.
I called the steward and said, "Hey, can you come with me real quick?"
Okay.
And we go to that door.
You got it.
Is there any way that we could secure this door? Can we look around and see, or what can we do to secure?
Okay. I'm gonna try to do a strength roll, and I'm gonna try to push it shut, and then I'm gonna have Robert shoved the crowbar in it closed. Can we do that?
We can give it a shot, but one thing really quick. Blake, go ahead and make me an investigate test.
That's what I did. I rolled 5.
Oh, I must have missed that. Let me scroll back up. Apologize.
Should be the last roll.
Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, you're looking whatever you're looking for when rifling through pockets. You're not finding.
I'm trying to find either a code book or an override key or something on the captain that I can use to get into the safe.
Yeah, you're looking apparently not taken with them into the stasis pod. Is your best guess.
Okay, well then I'll search the rest of the room.
Meanwhile, the 2 of you trying to close this hatch. Go ahead and make me athletics tests.
All right.
Okay, here goes mine.
All right. That's not terrible.
Okay. So between the 2 of you, you more or less kind of push it closed. It doesn't really fully latch like it used to. It probably never will. But it's at least pushed closed. It will require a fair amount of strength to push open again.
I'll turn around to the steward and I tell them, I feel like I want to try again because here's my idea. I want to go back to the control and see if I can find a way to vent the atmosphere on this entire deck. But we need to make sure this door is secure. Otherwise, we'll vent ourselves too.
That makes sense, but wouldn't that kill the other guys on the other side?
Fuck them. No, I was kidding.
Well, I guess I wasn't aware whether
I mean, at this point, if we airlock that side, it's where the storage is, right?
And this went boom, boom.
The
Something
storage,
is throwing itself on the far side of that hatch you just closed.
Oh,
Oh,
so they're
shoot.
thing is right.
Okay,
yeah, it's clearly right on the far side of that hatch.
Having heard that, I'm more desperately searching the captain's office now.
All right, make me one more investigation.
Let's
roll.
this door anyways,
Wish I had
Robert.
better investigate, but you can only do what you can do.
After that, I'm gonna do another.
Oh, that was a better roll.
All right, you're searching out. You come up with what looks like some sort of electronic key that might go to the captain's safe or something similar like that.
Okay, I'll try it really quickly.
All right.
I'm starting to get stressed now.
I'm gonna do a strength check. I'm trying with Robert to close that thing again. Oh shit!
All right, so
you better roll good, Robert.
I'm just gonna go to circle. So right now, Blake is fiddling with the captain's safe. It looks like Casey is up there touching buttons in the computers or something. Jesse and Taylor are both trying to make sure this door stays shut, this hatch stays shut. And Helga has wandered off to the engine room. You haven't seen her in who knows how long.
Oh boy.
All right.
Well, we're all screwed.
Yep.
I got a bad feeling about that.
All right. So, yeah. So, between the two of you, Taylor, anyway, you are. Sorry. There you go. Taylor, you're holding this thing shut. Clearly, something's throwing itself against it, trying to unwedge that door. But it's holding so far, and you're helping it hold.
Is there anything? I don't know if I need to do some investigation check, but I'm looking around, and if not necessarily frantic, but I guess close, for something that I can use. Maybe like a torch or any metal, anything.
Okay, so you look around. Nothing immediately. You stroll back to the cockpit. Just computer stuff, and then you look over where the corporate guy has just opened looks like the captain's safe, and inside the captain's safe there seems to be a toolbox. Maybe there's tools in there.
Okay, so I look at him. It's like, can I look at that?
Why are you describing it to somebody watching over my shoulder and not to me?
I apologize. Yes, you look in there. There's a toolbox there. There's also a small remote control-sized object right in front of you, and some various.
There isn't a personal firearm, perhaps.
You might you wish there were. There is the.
I do.
I do.
So willing to just match my energy.
Get him, Thorn. Tell him.
Sorry, could you repeat that? I didn't catch the last part.
Sorry. Yeah, you wish there were, but there's the toolbox, the little remote control like object, and some data chips.
Right. I will scarf all of that.
All right.
I'll put the remote control in my pocket, the data chips in a pocket on my chest, and grab the tools out, and I'll quickly pop the lid to see what's in there.
All right. Yeah. There are clearly some like wrenches, but there's also like a little plasma torch sort of welding device too.
I grab.
Now tools are really expensive in the future to have them locked in a safe. Wow, like Bunnings must be like made of gold these days.
I look at him. I grab the torch and I said, "I'm taking this," and I go towards Taylor.
And I go like, weld it real quick. I cannot hold it any longer.
I just love the way other people pick up things and can pocket them, and I pick up things and people just snatch them off me. I'm having you all reported. You're all going to Corpo jail. I swear.
All right.
I should
If you want to use that,
and let you have at it. I will start it with you, but you had to just ruin it right before him.
Go for it. You're not even in the room, Gio. How would you know?
Oh, Thorn.
Yeah.
Also, while I'm up there, can I cycle? Are the security cameras active right now?
They are, yes.
Can I cycle through them? I'm looking for whatever the fuck's back there, and I'm also looking to see where this Beatrice, like whoever that person was that walked out to the engine room, because that's making my dick itch.
Okay. Yeah. You start cycling back through, and then the first thing you notice is you've caught some footage of whatever this thing is. It's humanoid. It's covered with a chitinous body. It's got very large teeth and like long hooked like claws. And you've got a semi blurry photo of it moving through into passenger module A.
Like basic Bigfoot footage of it, like moving around.
Yeah, like Bigfoot footage of it. You know, maybe a few minutes before you guys started going, waking up.
Gotcha. Oh boy. And what about that person messing around? What the engine room or whatever?
Oh, the engine room is you switched to you got there is one camera there in the engine room. Helga seems to be examining. It looks like the engine is damaged, and she seems to be examining the damaged parts of the engine.
Okay.
Okay, so
Thorin, did you say there was a wrench in this toolbox?
There is.
Okay, I will take the wrench out. I will step out into the to where I can see what's going on in the pilot section. Obviously, Casey is staring at the screens, engrossed in what he's looking for.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk up behind him and knock him out with the wrench.
All right.
He's been screwing with the ship. It's not his ship.
Right before you do that, really quick, I'm gonna give out this third and final round of memory things, and then we can resolve that. Okay? Give me just a minute. I'm gonna pull up the final memory handout for everybody.
Straight to PvP, yeah.
Well, look, the way I see it, I'm a corp executive who's being ignored by everybody. I'm much higher up than the rest of these folks.
So he attacks the weakest one. You see that?
I'm being completely disregarded. People are frigging with corporate.
And he has a superiority complex
equipment.
that is going to kill him.
And I'm suspicious that this guy is working for Mars Serves because he's screwing with the ship. He should have no reason to, but he is. He's highly suspicious.
Move your memories from the screen.
All right.
Oh. Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
I have popped
all sorts of crap
out for everybody.
Showing the panties.
This is the final handout.
I made some images of my character pushing the door shut. We have sharing. All right. Let's see.
Man, this is a wall of text. Give me a minute.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is one of the longer handouts, but it's the last one.
What the hell, bro?
This pause is brought to you by
iwalloftext.com.
We might need some music.
Yeah. Let me see.
Okay.
I think I can have some music.
The information I was given has changed nothing. I still hit him.
Do I hear him coming?
That, but I.
Tell you what, go ahead and he can make a stealth roll. And you can make an awareness roll, and we'll see who gets the highest.
Well, let's see. Oh God, this is gonna be terrible bad. This is gonna be terrible bad for me.
I rolled crap. I got 10.
I'm sorry. What were you looking for, sir?
Awareness.
Awareness. I'm sorry. Okay.
And if you don't have awareness, then it's untrained perception, unskilled perception.
All right, hold on my butt.
Man, am I the only person that puts their rolls out there so the viewers can see it? You all hide your rolls.
You tell him, boss.
All right, so yeah, you hear him coming up behind you.
But he's got no reason to think
like,
that I'm
is he
gonna
like
attack him.
full on back, like he's committing assault right now at this point with the?
Yeah,
I scream like a little girl, and I hold my hands up like this, like ah, and then I shoot him in the face.
All right, we'll resolve these one at a time here. Number one, Blake, why don't you go ahead and make me a go over to your combat tab. You're using the railing, right? Go ahead and roll on the railing. We're gonna see.
So you want me to roll melee?
Go over to the combat tab. You should see an action for the railing that you're holding. You're swinging, right?
Oh, okay.
Go ahead and click the button. Actually, I'm gonna send you to. All right.
Yeah. So basically, what you see is my hand. It detaches completely way back, like it pulls back and reveals like a barrel where my palm was, and then
Berserk.
Bloody Mars serves.
I'll just walk you through this and found it really quick. Go ahead and right click on Casey, your target here. Right click, and there should be like a little target icon, like with darts. Click on that to target him.
Which one's Casey? Oh.
the one with the D-bag looking dude.
Everyone else clicked on it. Nothing happened.
All right. Yeah.
Maybe I'm zoomed in too much.
Right click on it and then left click the toggle target state. Is there a little heads up display that appears when you right click on him? There you go. You're targeting him.
I double clicked.
So now go. Yep. Excellent. So then on the combat tab, go ahead and click the icon next to railing to attack him with the railing.
Yeah.
And it should.
I was actually going to hit him with the spanner because it's probably easier to swing.
Fair enough. Same damage, so.
Yeah, it's like an improvised weapon, I think. Something like that. I don't know.
Come on. Achieve something.
Achieve!
For fuck's sake.
Okay, so that is a hit.
Is it?
Wait, no, sorry, I apologize. It's.
I was going to say.
It's not. I just messed up something, but yeah, that will miss. So you swing, and the spanner slams into one of the computers next to him as he just barely moves out of the way.
Why does it say result critical hit? That makes no sense.
That was error on my part. Just go ahead and ignore that. Right. I hadn't finished setting the defense appropriately.
Right. Fair enough.
All right. So now Casey, you can go ahead and try and shoot him if you will. Go ahead and right click on him, target him, and then make the shot.
Well, can you walk me through that, please?
Sure. Give me just a second here.
Click on Blake.
Yeah, right click on Blake.
Mm-hmm.
There should be a little like heads up display that pops up around him. There should be like a target, like a dart start a target. Go ahead and click on that.
Hold on. Like that? No.
Yeah, you're targeting him.
Okay.
Excellent. Now on your combat tab, you don't have the gun. Give me a second. I'll give it to you.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, I was supposed to remind you to put in there, but I didn't want to.
Yeah, that's the wrong one. This is the. There we go. So now you should have a gun. So go ahead and click on that to roll.
How about somebody else take a shot at Blake?
So gun arm implant and fire.
Yep. All right. That's a hit for 7. And I've just put that in his character sheet. You shoot him, and it goes right off his brow.
So am I unconscious? Because usually heat hits result in unconsciousness.
That's legit. So if you look, you're not quite. So this is a system that counts up wounds. So if you look over in your health on your character sheet, you're at 7 of 9 wounds right now. So that took most of your health away. You're not unconscious at the moment, but it just kind of you're not in very good shape. Not at all. It's bleeding profusely. And anyway, so yeah, this just happens. One attacked the other with like a spanner, and the other one shot him. The other 2 of you, what are you doing?
Can I just quietly like intervene?
You
guys
can
will find out my decision.
The question is, can we? Because aren't we holding the door?
The creature is still throwing itself against the other side of the airlock. Right
Didn't Robert weld the door while I was holding it down?
No, I haven't gotten around it.
He's about to do that, but he has not actually done that yet when this shooting starts.
The shooting has started.
Okay.
I said, God damn. Let's do this. So I attend to, I don't know what kind of role I need, but we need to do this first. We deal with that mess later.
All right.
Yes.
Go ahead and make me a trade welder.
Holy shit. Not bad.
Right. Trade welding. So they might be shooting at each other, but you're welding that door, and it's still a little molten right now, but you've got the welding.
How can it be shooting at each other when only one person has a gun?
Fair enough. Shooting, trying to hit people with a spanner.
They're fighting each other. Okay, so how the welding, is it secure enough for me to attempt what I'm trying to do?
You hope so. And your next turn here, hopefully it will be.
Okay.
All right. So meanwhile, Blake, you've just been shot. Your blood's pouring off your head. You just missed him and smashed into the computer. The monster's throwing itself against the airlock behind you. What are you doing?
Well, I'm staggering backwards and falling over because I figure that that's about all I could do after being shot in the head.
Fair enough, right? Fair enough. You're staggering backwards, and drifting in the microgravity as the blood kind of like bulbs out. Hopefully it'll make you less of a target or something. Casey, what is Casey up to?
Come on, Casey.
Come on, Casey. Oh boy. He's gonna like take off running like past them.
All right, where are you headed? Towards the
others. Towards the others. But like he just attacked me. Crazy son of a bitch just attacked me.
All right, headed towards the airlock and the others. You're saying that. Taylor, what's Taylor up to? The welding's just gotten done. You hopefully no longer need to hold this. Hopefully, what are you doing?
Taylor?
All right, so I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna roll. I already selected my target.
Okay.
And I'm gonna shoot the shot.
What are you doing?
I'm shooting somebody.
Oh.
All right. So it looks like he just turns around and shoots Casey.
Yeah.
Damn.
Right, yeah, right in the shoulder. It's Casey's at 5 out of 6 wounds right now. You're not falling over dead quite yet, but yeah, you don't have a constitution made for getting shot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
And finally, what's Jesse doing?
And I'm gonna tell Jesse, go and check on Corporal Boy.
Oh,
I don't
the
think that he's
question
all
is-
right.
The question is, can we? Because we're trying to prevent the monster from coming in, and we have all this
Well,
crap
we-
going on at the same time.
We just
So,
weld this door, so if that didn't do it, we might as well be dead.
well, if you remember when I asked, the response was, "I hope so."
Mhm.
So, I want to absolute sure, because if we vent, we all dead. So let me see, how can I do this? I need to make sure if there's any way that I need to roll that the welding was secure, because my goal is to go check on Blake.
Okay.
But I need to do like this and like fast. I'm like in a hurry.
So looking it over, your welding job looks good. You think it will hold at least for now. Now, in a long enough timeline with this, you've seen the damage this thing has done to the airlock before and the other stuff. In a long enough timeline, it might be able to claw its way through. But for the next minute, maybe 5, maybe half an hour, you're probably good.
Okay, so in that case, I give the torch. I just hand it over to Taylor. I say, hold this, and I run to the cabin, and I go check on Blake.
Okay, I got the torch here, man.
Okay.
I got you.
All right. So you hand the torch to him, and then you go check on Blake. All right. So Blake has been shot in the head, is clearly dazed from all this, blood's like arcing off out in the microgravity. Alive, but not in very good condition.
So 2 things. One is I'm going to check. I want to check around and see if I see anything that can be used for medical attention. And number 2 is I want to check and see how bad is he. Like, will I be able to do medical attention and at least get him stable, or this is something that he's going to die?
If you start staunching the bleeding, you think you could probably stabilize him if you have the right tools. Now, you did see some first aid stuff before down in the steward's deck, but there does not seem to be anything around you here in the core of the ship.
Okay, the steward's deck, and forgive me, I don't see
Yeah,
the.
let me send you back to the map here. I can ping. So you're here in the core of the ship. The steward's deck was where the freezers were down here.
Oh, crap. Okay, so I'm assuming that the other locks lead to similar places within the ship.
Yes, at least one of them is that there's another passenger deck, and there's a couple cargo decks, one of which has those whispering shady dudes locked in it.
Okay, where are the shady dudes locked?
In one of the cargo decks, so it would be perpendicular to like the camera here.
Oh, okay.
You're coming out towards you or going away?
Yeah. So can I make sure there's nothing on this deck first? Like, even if I had to go to the engineer?
Yes, you run up looking for any sort of medical stuff. There does not appear to be anything here.
Okay. So I guess I'm going to continue up.
You start heading to the other passenger module?
Yeah, I want to see is it lock?
You go take a look at it, and it does not appear to be locked. There is a couple light scratches here, but that's yeah.
Oh, okay. So I cautiously open and see if I can peek through, just to get a sense if there's normal lighting or there's emergency lighting in this deck.
There is emergency lighting in that deck, and you're pretty sure you see a couple blood droplets going through the air, but just a couple, just drifting through the light gravity.
Okay, so I close it back. So the one that I'm looking at right now is what the shitty dudes are. So I guess there should be one left. There would be, I guess, from this point of view, would be towards me. Is that locked?
It is not.
Can I do the same kind of check, like slightly open and?
You slightly open. This clearly you're looking into like a totally different layout. There's just like a bunch of boxes strapped to every possible surface and crates and stuff like that. Clearly, this is cargo.
How's the lighting still emergency in here?
Yep, we're still emergency lighting.
Okay.
I take out my rosary and start praying.
I'll close this. And is there anything like that I can use for bandage, like a rope or something within the deck that I'm in?
Within the core of the ship or the cargo one you just looked at?
The core.
The captain's room probably has some of his clothes and stuff in it.
I mean, looking at it there, yeah, there's some bloody stasis garments that's on the captain's body. If he probably has clothes somewhere, but if so, you're not seeing them.
And so there's no like sheets or handkerchiefs, anything that I can see handy.
There's the stasis, the kind of a little bit of bloody stasis gowns that are on the captain and probably engineer. There's the stasis gowns that you're wearing if you want to use your stuff too.
That's what I was going to I was going to go next. Do I have long sleeves? I'm assuming.
Yes.
I want to cut one of my sleeves, maybe my right one from the top, so I can get the most length out of it.
All right.
I guess I try to rip it off from the.
All right. You rip it off easily enough.
And I approach Blake and try to do the makeshift bandage to kind of stop the blood and maybe tighten really, really hard.
Cool. Make me a medicine test.
Medicine.
If you don't have that, you can make me an unskilled dexterity.
I see medicine, so I'm gonna there.
All right. You go ahead and staunch the bleeding. You know, it should be stable for now at least, even if it's, ideally should lay down and get bed rest for the next couple days. Maybe put his feet up.
I shall now be known as Captain Concussion.
Captain Concussed.
I turn around to Taylor and it's like, check on Casey. And I turn to the computer panels. So what I want to attempt to do is I want to see if I find the controls to vent the area where we came from.
That module? Looking around, you do find controls. You'll need to do it from the cockpit there on the computer, and then somebody will need to physically pull the override, the safety override over at the airlock that connects to that module, and you can vent the module by doing that.
I got you, man.
So okay. So I kind of turned to Taylor, and I just told him this information. So what do you do?
I nod in agreement.
Okay, so I go to the controls, and I'm assuming I just press.
Go ahead and make me an academics computers test, just to make sure it's
academics
all done correctly.
And here it goes. Go.
Okay. It's you set it to vent, and it's just waiting the physical override. So, are you pulling the physical override,
Yes, sir.
I
Do I need to
turned
do I need to
around.
roll anything for it?
Nope, you just hold it down. Okay,
All right.
and you get the status on the screen that the air in passenger module A is venting, and it's telling you danger warning because you're venting air in the middle
It's
of the
happening.
voyage, and that's kind of expected.
Okay. So and I turn around to Taylor. Taylor, can you tell, or let me know when you can tell if you can tell about the monster. Is he still there? I mean, I know it's hard right now because it's venting, so there's a lot of noise. Maybe let me know when it's done, and we could stop it.
Okay.
Right. So you're listening.
I want
and
to wait.
when the air starts venting, the thrashing against the airlock gets more and more frantic, and then begins to slow down.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna
Has
relay
it
the information, and I'll let know Jesse that it's slowing down. It got very violent, but it's slowing down. But keep on going. Wait.
Okay, I want to wait until it's finished venting before I close the vent.
Agreed.
Okay. You give it another 10 minutes or 5 minutes, something along in that ballpark, and then you don't hear it thrashing anymore. And it tells you the air pressure in there is, something very small.
Okay.
All right.
So
So that we can try to
when I-
repressurize.
Yes. So I guess it's in reverse. You let go of the lever, and then I press the button on my end. And so what I'm trying to do is I'm assuming there's doors that contribute to the venting. I want to close those doors and then repressurize that section.
Right. You go to tell it to repressurize, and you're getting air insufficient air supply.
Okay. We got good news. We have less air now. Okay. So what do you want to do now?
I want to search on the ship anywhere that I could go and look for spacesuits.
That is not going to help.
Well,
All right.
if we get off this ship right now, a couple of more seconds to at least make my peace, why not?
So you look here in this general center section. There's there's the 4 hatches that lead to the 4 modules, and there's a 5th hatch that would lead outside the ship where it could dock, or where you might put like an emergency escape pod. Now there's no escape pod attached, but there are 2 old vac suits that have seen better days next to that hatch. They each look like they have one of them tells you it's got about 2.5 hours worth of oxygen on it. The other one tells you it's empty, but there are 2 old vac suits right there.
Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna make my way there.
I'm not sure. Can I look back at the computer screen and see if I can tell anything else that could help us? Like, system-wise, like if I can tell.
Come on, Ray. You're a corporal. You should know better. Big money doesn't go for small problems.
That's not how it works. You don't put substandard fit outs on a brand new ship.
Typical corporal, expecting the best out of their corporation. Were you born in Arasaka Tower, buddy?
Yeah, dude. These the corporations that exist in the world, they're not. It's dystopian. Like the whole future is dystopian.
Spacesuit dystopia, hey?
I want to go and nonchalantly, I'm gonna grab the one that has oxygen.
Okay.
Put it on.
You start getting on the vac suit.
Has Jesse left the cockpit yet? Robert, you're Jesse.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm still in the carpet.
Jesse's
Sorry.
girl. Well, I come back with
I'm going to try and surreptitiously look at the screens and things to try and work out if we're still on course.
All right. Why don't you go ahead and make me a academics computers.
Something I actually have. What a shock.
Whoa.
Oh, there we go. That wasn't too
It's
bad.
gonna make up
All
for
right.
an interesting turn of events.
Looking at it, you've confirmed that you are not on course. It looks like current course is set to Mars, not the main belt, Miskin Station.
I knew he was a freaking Sev. I knew it. He's changed our bloody course, the bastard.
Cool.
Casey. He's working for the Sevs.
Well, I did that role, Game Master, and it is because I remember some things and I want to hide my surprise being fake surprise. Oh my
Okay.
God, we're out of course. We need to stop the ship right now. So, I'm guessing that I'm gonna need to use the spacesuit and make it to the way where it's airlocked right now to get that module so we can use it to power on the other side, right?
You can certainly go out and try that.
It's just air. That's our problem. That's what the error said on the screen.
Get these people air.
But if we get actually a power module, wouldn't that help us resolve a shortage of air with some kind of recycling system on the ship?
I think it's just the lack of supply. You're months out from, regardless of whether you're going to the belt or Mars. You're months out. You're not going to have the air, let alone the food, let alone. Well, you probably have water. There's a fair amount of water, but food and air are going to be issues unless you go back into stasis and sleep the next several months getting wherever you're going.
So I think it sounds we only have one choice.
To die, you Unitech dogs.
Well, the thing is that there's no way back into the stasis spots right now, buddy.
Well, yeah.
Your brilliant air locking idea cannot put us away from that.
Well, you could always go take other people's pods. I mean, you can kill them and take theirs.
We could still go back. It's just that the air is going to equalize through the ship.
How does that gonna fit the other parts of the ship? You're gonna just mess up the whole ship all at once by doing that.
Well, here's my thought, right? And that's based on the fact that I was able to close the vent doors. If they're secure, but the problem is opening the door because we just welded. That would be the issue.
Holy shit.
And
well,
there's,
I mean, you have I got the torch here. You just gotta torch it back on to kind of melt down whatever is welded. Try to push the door open again.
Because like the way that I'm looking at
if the door opens towards you, you're going to have a hell of a time opening it because you're going to have a vacuum on one side and pressure on the other, and you're going to be pulling against the pressure.
Exactly.
Sorry, there's a bit of science for you. My bad.
Oh,
you can always drill holes in the door and just let the air flow through.
I appreciate that, Dr. Concussion.
Just roll the window down.
I'm Dr. Concussion. Dr. Concussed.
If we do those holes, do we have a way to know that it's not gonna kill us if we pressurize slowly?
Well, the problem will be the initial, right? Because there's going to be a moment where there's going to be a violent. I don't know if I want to say decompression in our area. It's just the time that it takes to equalize the air between the two areas. That's going to be violent.
Well, what we can do is you can guys cross to the other side. This door is not damaged, so I'll lock it down. I'll put on my suit and turn it on so I don't get affected by the lack of pressure, and try to just regulate this one with the next room.
Have you
And then
actually
I'll
looked
lock
at the door that you're saying is undamaged? I think you should look at it.
No, the one that is on the other side, not the one that we just welded.
My statement has not changed.
Oh crap.
You're presuming things.
What, an idea?
All right.
I was thinking that if there's a way to maybe transfer the air from one section to another.
All right. I'm probably going to fade to black here as you begin problem solving. How to equalize the air pressure and get back to the stasis pods. I guess that's the science problem to solve. The monster problem is resolved.
Nice.
You hope. And
Wow.
I mean, so wait, do I just bleed out on the ground?
Yeah, just lay it on the ground and
I have 1 foot. I have 1 foot of mine on top of your back, keeping you in place.
Cool. I'm just thinking about when you guys get to Mars and they line you up and shoot you. I mean, I win anyway. So it's all good. Hey, so like in this scenario? Wait, I mean, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
no, that's okay.
There is a few more things that I would have Blake do if he recovers enough to do them.
Oh boy.
Which would basically be use the chips that he got from the safe to record all the telemetry that's been stored on the ship since
the last
since the event occurred, shall we say?
I deleted all that.
You deleted the navigation logs. That's
All the
all you
navigation
recorded.
logs, and as well as the security footage logs, which I did all on the sly, and you didn't even know that.
Son of a bitch.
You roll.
But what I was going to say, Thorn. So like this scenario starts out like explaining, there's bad blood between the Mars Catholic Church and the and Unitech. Is that directly related from the ARC project takeover?
It is.
Ah, yes, I knew it.
Nice.
So why don't we go just one last circle and you can just give the brief, who your character was, just so everyone knows. You've got your handouts, but no one else. People have probably guessed somewhat, but why don't we start with Antonio? Just give the brief.
Oh yeah, Casey was totally like a spy. Like he was, I want to call him like a hacker, essentially for the Serbs, the Catholic, what are they called, the Stillwater Catholic Church, and I think what was going on is that like while we were sleeping, is when I got activated. I think that's what it said. I could be wrong though, but like basically while we're at war or while we were sleeping, the war occurred, and so it was time to do some wet work.
All right, and Gia?
Interesting. Me, I actually wasn't responsible for the bodies, and thanks to Stacy's amnesia, I did not remember that I am actually kind of like a psychopathic mass murderer, and I get these urges, kind of like American Psycho. So if the game would have extended a little bit more, I was actually working my way to make sure that I was the only one surviving on the ship, so I can actually get all the resources for me to have a nice trip wherever I wanted, away from Earth, because I was running away, impersonating people. I was not even the steward.
Perfect for chaos. That's all
I
I
got you all going with me, though. Robert kind of assumed like, okay, these guys on our side. And I hope that by defending Ray at the end and shooting Mr. Wacky Disaster hacker, got him over my side too. So I was planning on getting them good through the back.
All right.
I was trying to figure out who you were working for.
And Blake, what can you tell me about Blake?
Blake's an idiot. That's all you need to know.
That's all that matters.
He's responsible for the creature. He ran the project that created the creature. And it was supposed to be a test in the far side over on the other passenger deck. But it got out of that. And the whole idea of you saying, oh, well, we can just use the stuff on the other side. You didn't even go in there. You were just assuming it was all okay. But the monster had trashed that before it came and trashed our side.
Sure.
So it was all gone. Like
no.
There's a bunch of dead bodies in those pods. Everything's all the airlocks are all busted, like the ones on our side. It was not going to do you any favors. But
That's
sounds like we really buffed each other
so badly.
Yeah, but that ship's screwed. You're not even going to make it to Mars, let alone anywhere else, Mr. Pirate. You're screwed.
And Jesse.
But no, well, I'm not quite finished yet.
Sorry.
The fact that Blake put himself on the same ship as the test that he was running was incredibly naive and stupid. And the fact that he basically put himself in harm's way instead of having some way to control the thing on his person. It was hidden. It was a little control thingy in the safe that he was trying to get to. But he should have had that on his person rather than leaving it in the safe and being away from it. The fact that he had no combat skills to speak of whatsoever and yet did not have a security person with him that he could trust was another stupid mistake. He was basically an idiot and deserved to die.
Prometheus, man.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. It was totally Prometheus. The kids in space.
It's all, hey, I've got a PhD. I'm going to go into space.
All right. Then what can you tell us about Jesse?
Jesse is a bounty hunter, and he was just kind of checking everybody out. I think
Just
even
an old-fashioned cowboy.
Yeah, kind of.
Wait. I want to play my harmonica now. Some cowboy people for you guys.
So
Amazing the number of people who have a harmonica and don't know how to play it.
Yes. Oh yeah.
It's true.
Thanks, Corporal.
I feel cool because I have a harmonica, but I never learned how to play.
Me too.
I was talking about you.
Oh, thank you, Captain Concussion, Dr. Concussion.
Yeah.
So what else about
That's what I'll go right now. So Robert is a bounty hunter.
So I was hired to track a serial killer called Lunar Slasher.
Yeah, me. It was getting after me.
Oh boy.
Wait,
But no,
were you
instead you
onto me?
worked with him.
Yes.
Were you onto me, Robert?
If you notice, I was on to everyone. I think it was too early for me to determine that it was you. But I was not.
Oh boy, I was planning to kill you already. Like I shoot you in the back of the head.
I was not trusting anyone at this point.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
I was trying to suss out which one of you was your character there, I guess.
the slasher.
No, the bounty hunter. Because if we would have linked up, we would have been unstoppable.
Well, I was looking for what the thing that threw me off is I was looking for my partner. But the name that I'm given, and that's the reason for my question at the beginning was like if I can recognize people around me. The name that I was given was Dog Colt. So that's what I was looking for. Because he has a gun implanted in in his body.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, just
Is that a reference to Cobra? Touring?
Not intentionally, no, but it's it's
It works. Whatever.
yeah, it works.
That's a good classic space bounty hunting like action anime, man. Cobra.
nice.
The corporation's the disease. I'm the cure.
Oh man.
I don't know about you guys, but it is what I was expecting. This game is the bomb.
Oh hell yes, man. This
Really.
was amazing.
So
Yeah.
I want to get your thoughts on that. But if you guys there are listening or watching, the episode comes out a month after the audio version comes out. If you get a chance, get it, play it, and then reach out to us because we had a lot of fun.
Yes.
And I mean, this is just, I guess as short of 2 hours. And to really enjoy it, you need it's your typical game that could last for,
you can do several sessions with it and have a blast.
How long your D&D sessions last? Your Saturday sessions?
We start at 6 and we usually stop at 10. So about 4 hours, and we keep on going Saturday after Saturday.
Yeah. So I guess that plays along with what we normally do in the show, which is the last impression. I totally love this thing, and I am getting the books for this thing. So
oh hell yes,
loving it. I guess we can go around and in the essence of the question that we normally ask on the show, which is what is the last impression of the thing we're covering. You can take turns. Who wants to go first? Gio?
I can go first. Honestly, like you guys know, I am new to D&D. Highly suggest the game. This was an awesome experience. I really liked it. It was really easy to get into your character and kind of play with it. Like it was very, very good writing because everything melts well, like a good melting pot between characters and basically their background stories. And it's kind of cool. Like every single one of us gets something secret of what goes to your character, but everything connects at the end. So it's very funny because it's like it goes funneling all the characters down to one path and nobody knows. It's pretty cool, man. I really liked it. I definitely want to play this again. I might try to do something on whatchamacallit, man, Tailspire with this campaign.
Nice. Yeah, he's been dying to use Tailspire. We need more people that have Tailspire so we can do games there.
Well, I just discovered that there's a free user version, so
nice. Ray, you want to go next?
Yeah, so having worked on horror role-playing before, I find the system seems to work reasonably well. The mechanics feel fairly solid. From the story design perspective, it was a little bit busy. I think that some players would have trouble keeping track of the amount of stuff that they were told, chunk after chunk. But most of the characters seemed to be balanced except for mine because he had the only agency he had was like 3 in persuasion, 3 in socialize, but everybody else is a psychotic killer. So how can you convince them to do anything you want, especially when the roles are only suggestions? So
come on, Ray, you were the balance of the group. Unfortunately, you had the short end of the stick. Somebody had to draw it.
That's why you create an army of NPCs to do your bidding.
Well, the fact that there was practically no NPCs where he was, or they were NPCs with no agency. Like, I mean, if the captain or the engineer were alive, then yes, he would have had some control over them because he's higher up in the food chain from them in the company. But seeing as no one else was involved with the company who was playing in the area that he was in, like the doctor that he went in there with had her face ripped off, so she was no help. So basically, Blake had very little agency as far as being able to control anybody or anything, and being that his task was to damage control and get the data out and make sure that they made it to their destination so that it could all be cleaned up nice and neatly. He had no agency to do any of that. So it kind of felt like he was a pointless character in that he could not achieve any of his goals whatsoever. I mean, murderers get to murder people, they achieve their goals. Bounty hunters can hunt down people, they can achieve their goal. At least, I mean, not overall, because the ship won't end up anywhere and they won't survive probably anyway. But it just felt like that Blake was the one that just, he was supposed to be in charge of anything, but he was in everything, but he was in charge of nothing. So it kind of felt a little bit lacking in agency there. But other than that, I thought the balance was pretty good. The delivery of the information ramped up the pressure. You were running an experienced group of overthinkers, so they will find a way to solve the problem. You know they will. Even if they have to like walk in a room, grab something off somebody and walk out without, being able to be stopped or anything. But, they'll find a way to solve the problem, even if they cause themselves more problem in the long term. But, in the end, I don't think this ship is going to be found with anybody alive because the food and air is going to run out. Because they go back into the other side and they'll find it all ripped apart by the creature, because that's where the experiment was supposed to happen, and all the people in the stasis pods there would be dead. So and the stasis pods would be probably wrecked as well. So they wouldn't be able to go back into stasis. I doubt that they'd be intercepted by anybody out in open space before anything could happen, so they could survive. So unless there were ships cruising around, recovery ships, or there was recovery platforms left on trade routes for broken down ships or something like that. And it sounds like in this corp-controlled situation where they're not even putting decent equipment on ships, brand new ships, that wouldn't happen. So I think basically everybody on the ship is dead.
Wow.
So that's kind of how it felt to me, that it was kind of a done deal already.
Well, I was hoping to kill you all eventually, so yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, well, you're not going to survive either, Mr. Stabby.
No, I was just going to enjoy my death by myself in solitude.
Uh-huh. Well, that's good.
So I could stand I would like to stand the same question to our guest. Obviously, the answer are slightly different. So from Thorin's perspective, I guess it would be, how is it like to run a game for a bunch of overthinkers? And I'm not sure, Anthony, if you played this before this time, then your question would be, how was your last impression of this, accounting for every single other time that you played it?
Gotcha.
So,
Go ahead,
yeah,
Thorin.
who wants to go first? Yeah.
Sure, I'll go first. So this is the 4th or 5th time I've run this particular scenario. It always ends up differently, which is it's fun to watch it play out. And different people playing the characters, and how just events turn out differently each time. I think this is actually the first time where I faded to black at the end with everyone still alive. So
Oh, wow.
that was very interesting. But it's fun to kind of like watch the same scenario play out there on different paths.
Awesome.
Can I ask how many times have people managed to nix the monster in the games you've run?
Most of the time, but not all the time. It's probably been 7 years since the last time I ran this scenario, so my memories may be a little hazy at this point.
Wow. Nice.
It does make sense because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if we have our own motives against one another. A common enemy is all it takes to bring everybody together, and that monster is that common enemy. That even though like if my character Taylor wants to kill everybody because he's a psycho killer, he has these urges. His instinct for survival and self-preservation supersedes any need to kill somebody else at the moment. So he's gonna forget about wanting to kill the guy that is right next to him in his hands, because he doesn't want that thing to kill him later. Because he's a psychopath. He cares about him and only him. Anyways, and it kind of rolls around the same thing for everybody with their own motivations at the end. It will keep us working together, having this unknown big space food, and somewhere in the ship, kind of just freaking us out.
Okay, so I guess we can move on to Anthony. What is your last impression of this?
So when I played this system, this system last, I ran it as a DM with we have a group of about 5 or 6 players, and we use decks of cards instead of the dice because they're like, hey, this is so old school. Let's do it old school, and it was a lot of fun that way. We didn't actually play any of these scenarios. Like I took the information that was in the Siren's Call campaigns, or like the scenario for that, or the campaign setting for that, module, I think is the right word. I took the information from there and then made my own thing essentially, and because I wanted to tell a story like on a ship, and so that's what we did. So like it was really great to be able to play this game with the creator and a lot of and some experienced a-holes, so but yeah, it was a lot of fun. I definitely want to check out these self-contained little adventures, so I think I'll be doing that.
Yep. Again, Thorin, thank you so much for this. What would be for us a one in a lifetime opportunity of being on our show, doing this for us. It was a pleasure having you in here, and I hope that this shows our audience the type of game that we have here. And like you heard it over here, for all of you out there listening to our show here, we really enjoy this, and I hope that a lot more people get to enjoy this game as much as we have done today. So thank you so much for being on our show and DMing for us.
Thank you. Thank you for being on.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. And Anthony, before we move on to the next, give our audience just one more time about your podcast.
Yeah, so the Terra Alpha audio drama. It's a science fiction audio drama. It's set in the universe of Shadows Over Soul, the game that we just played in. And it was originally created by Tab Creations. In this audio drama, it is an adaptation of an actual play campaign that some friends and I did, and so I happen to also be a writer, director, producer, voice actor, and so I was like, hey, I think I could tell a story with this, so. That's what we did, and so we got a story that's about survival, identity, and like humanity just trying to reach somewhere out that's not Earth because we have not taken care of it, and Earth is crumbling under the weight of overpopulation and environmental collapse, and the ARC project appears to be the only hope that humanity has left. So we'll find out.
Awesome. I am currently listening to it, so I hope everybody out there who's listening to the show, if you haven't, just go and search for Terra Alpha and listen up and let us know. Let us know what you think. Awesome.
We're on Podbean. You can actually go to our website at thearcproject.net. And all of our socials are there. So come find us.
Awesome.
Now, Antonio and Thorin, I hope you don't mind me doing this, but I'm going to borrow you to plug our Discord, because you guys are on our Discord. Not only can you catch up with the hosts of one of your favorite podcasts, I'm hoping, Science Fiction Remnant, but you can also catch up with these guys here on our Discord. Now, our Discord's pretty easy to get to. If you have a look underneath the window that you're watching right now, at the bottom of the window you're watching right now, you will see a link that you can scan there to join our Discord. That gives you a Discord invite. If you don't have Discord already, you'll just have to set up an account and sign in. It's free. And then you can be on our Discord and chat with us and join lots of other Discords to do with topics that you're really interested in. They're great places to catch up with people, talk, laugh at memes together, see recordings, and have a good time online. But check out our Discord first, because it has all of us on there. Of course, if you're listening to the pod now rather than watching the video, you will find a Discord invite link in the show notes. So check it out there. We also have a couple of websites. We have sciencefictionremnant.com. That is our main portal for the podcast. On there, you can find our currently released episode and our back catalogue. You can scan back through that and check out all the other IPs that we've covered there. And now we're up to like 200 and what, Robert? 240 something?
At this point, we have a lot of.
We've lost count. Yeah, there's plenty. So you probably find something you're interested in there. We also have some short reads there on topics to do with current science, theoretical science, and science fiction topics, which are short reads, 4 or 5 minutes. You can check those out. And if you're interested in discussing any of those, please jump on our Discord. We'd love to hear your opinion on those. We also have another website called thisissci-fi.net. That one's in development at the moment. It's for creators. So thank you. So if you're a sci-fi creator, jump on there. Let us know what you think the website should contain to help you get the news out about your creations, and we'd love to hear what you're developing right now. We also have a Substack. It's a system that you can sign up to, and it will give you regular bursts of information about the things that we're interested in and looking into in the fields of science and science fiction. So join our Substack there, and you can find out what we're getting interested in and into from week to week. We also are very busy on Threads. It's sort of the nicer X, you might say. It's part of Instagram. So if you want to go and chat with some cool people who are very interested in engaging and they're very chatty, check out Threads. Highly recommended. You will find us there. Of course, making a podcast is not free. Currently, Robert is handling the costs there, but any help that you might want to give, we'd really appreciate it. We have a Buy Me a Coffee where you can drop a few dollars there to help out with the podcast. Hopefully, you're getting enough out of the podcast to give us a little bit of a hand, and we'd greatly appreciate it. So check out the Buy Me a Coffee link there. Remember, we have a hotline. You can leave us a message on 1305-563-6334. That's 1305-563-6334. And Antonio, you want to do your thing?
Oh, yeah. Call now. Operators are standing by.
There you go. You got to do it twice. Yes. Awesome. So thank you for joining us. Remember to check our back catalogue. There's lots of cool IPs there that you may have missed, or you may find our deep thinking discussions interesting in. Remember our Discord, and we'd love to catch up with you there on the Discord. And of course, if you have an IP that you're really seriously keen on and we haven't covered it yet, let us know, and you could jump on like these fellas here and be our area expert, and we'd love to have you on to discuss your favorite science fiction, because we're always looking for something new in science fiction. We love science fiction in every way, shape and form, and we're hoping you are too, and that you'll join us next time on Science Fiction Remnant for another dose of awesome sci-fi IP. Thanks again, guys, for coming on. Really appreciated you running the game, Thorin. And we hope to see you next week on Science Fiction Remnant. Bye for
See you
now.
next time.